we're going to tweak it. And not because we have some ideological zeal to do it, but rather because the data and economic analysis and or the law, some combination thereof, drive us to the conclusion that we need more competition in this marketplace. And the best way to do that is to leave behind the tired ideology of 1970s style price regulation. And I outlined in my statement why price regulation seems very seductive in the moment. I mean, like as I said, who wouldn't want the government saying prices shall be low forthwith? But if you look at it with the more nuanced eye that economics and data would suggest, you recognize that that comes with a significant cost. And the cost is that you limit competition and investment in the long term, and consumers end up bearing the brunt of that lost opportunity. And so regardless of the marketplace we're talking about, that's pretty much the way I look at things. Is the marketplace, what are the facts in the marketplace? Do our rules match the needs of that modern marketplace? And if not, how do we appropriately revise them or repeal them consistent with our legal authority to benefit consumers and competition?
Jenna, or do you have a question?
Hi, Chairman Pai, Jenna at Law 360. Just returning to privacy for a moment, there were some groups that specifically asked the FCC to at least issue new guidance on how it would enforce privacy protections. You know, Republicans on the Hill are urging you to enforce privacy. Do you foresee, even just in this interim period, issuing some form of guidance on what that looks like?
That's one of the things we're looking at. We just received not long ago the letter from the Hill, and I did see that that letter as well had been submitted, and so we're actively studying it right now. Obviously, in the lead up to today's meeting, we've been focused on some of the items that were voted on today, but that's one of the things we're going to be actively considering in the time to come.
Hi, Chairman Pai. Harper Neidig from the Hill newspaper.
Hi.
I was wondering if you could respond to some of the critics who've come out against the reports of your plan to undo reclassification. A lot of them say that there might not be any mechanism to stop ISPs from going back on any promises they make in their terms of service to respect open internet principles. I was wondering if you had a response to that.
Look, I'm not going to engage in a point-by-point with the many critics who might make that argument. All I'll simply say is that I think everybody, certainly in this commission, favors a free and open internet. A free and open internet is what we had prior to 2015 when these regulations were adopted on a party line vote. And I think everybody needs to recognize that there's common ground here, and there's room for an agreement here, and that, in my view at least, Title II has had harmful effects on the marketplace. It has depressed investment in this country in terms of capital expenditures by broadband providers, big and small. It has led to a whole bunch of subsidiary rulemakings that have engaged the Commission in a whole bunch of controversies, litigation, disputes from the Hill, et cetera.